Hey guys, welcome back to this GrandMA3 tutorial series. In the past couple videos, we've talked about how to store presets and change the store mode. You can find links to them in the description below. In this video, we're going to look at how to use filters. Filters are a way to store and call specific attributes while restricting other attributes. To create a filter, we need to create a filter pool. You can find the filter pool by clicking on an open space, and then in the Pools tab, click on Filters. Now that we have a filter pool, we can see that there is already a filter created labeled Open. This is just a default filter that does not restrict any attributes. If we want to make a new filter, right-click on an open pool item and a filter edit window will pop up. In this window, we can see a full list of each feature group, feature, and attribute that apply to the available attributes from the fixtures that are patched. If we click on the drop-down arrow to the left of the feature group, we will see additional features and attributes available within each feature group. At the bottom of the window, we can also see additional ways of selecting what fixtures this filter we are creating can be applied to. Let's create a filter that only uses the pan attribute. I'll first label it pan, and then press the Select None button at the top right to deselect everything. Then I will click on the P for pan. We can now see that the pan selection has highlighted the position feature group, the pan tilt feature, and finally the pan attribute. With the selection, whether I store or call a preset, only the pan attribute will change values. Also, while the pan filter is selected, no other attributes can be affected. Let's click out of the filter edit window and create one more filter for tilt. I'm going to use the exact same method as before, but selecting T for tilt this time. Now that we have these filters created, let's see how to use them. I'm going to use my beam fixtures since I already have two position presets for them. The first position preset has the beam fixtures fanning out and tilted low. The second position preset has the beam fixtures fanning in and tilted high. I want to create 6 new position presets that will stem from these two. Let's start with just the pan attributes. I want 2 new position presets that only have pan values stored in them. We will use the pan filter to only allow the programmer to store the attributes I have not filtered out, which in this case is only the pan attribute. I'll start by selecting the beam fan out low preset again. Now if I press the pan filter and then store the new position preset, we can see below in the encoder bar that only the pan values were stored since the pan attribute is no longer highlighted in red. Let's label this beam fan out. Since the pan filter is still selected, let's go ahead and press the beam fan in high preset. You may have noticed when I clicked on the preset, the fixtures did not tilt high like they normally would. This is because the pan filter did not allow the tilt information to be called since that information is filtered out from being called or stored. I'll store this and label it beam fan in. Now that the pan values have been dissected from the 2 original presets, let's select the tilt filter and store those position presets. Since the tilt value is still active from the beam fan out low preset, I can store it as a new preset and then label it beam low. I'll go ahead and create a beam high position preset using the tilt value from the beam fan in high preset. Great, now we have 2 pan only presets and 2 tilt only presets that we can now use independently of each other. The only other presets I want to make are a beam fan out high and a beam fan in low. Before I can begin combining attributes, I'll need to click on the open filter so that all attribute information can begin working together again. This is an important thing to remember because if you continue trying to store presets of any type while a filter is on, you may end up with presets that either only have part of the attribute information you want to store or none of it at all. To make the beam fan out high position preset, I'll select the beam fan out and beam high presets and then store it. Even though those attributes were already visibly displayed, they were not active in the programmer, shown by the pan and tilt boxes being highlighted in red, so I just have to recall that information. To make the beam fan in low position preset, I'll select the beam fan in and beam low presets and then store it. Now that we have seen how to use filters with position information, the exact same methods can be used for all attribute types. For instance, you can split up color wheel information if a fixture has more than one color wheel. You can split gobo information from the gobo rotation value, and so on. The possibilities are endless, so use your creativity to boost the functionality of your show file. The last thing to do is clear our selection, and always remember to save our show file.